Obviously, a lot of unique challenges this season. Just how different was this year from your previous years in the league, and how different of an experience was it?
I don't know if we have enough time to talk about how different this year was. I was talking to some of the rookies and was telling them this is not what a normal NBA season is. Uh, there were a lot of restrictions on what you could do on and off the court. There was less time of rest in between games or practices. There was less practice time, less time for preparation. It was just a tough year all around with so many different variables to deal with, so many different situations and adversity you had to deal with. But uh, especially after the bubble, we thought the bubble was a situation that was tough to deal with. And then this season, right after that, it was just a lot. So, yeah, there was a lot of things that we had to endure. Uh, I believe, we did the best we could with enduring that, doing our best on that basketball court.
Davide.
Hey, Justin, what do you think of your season as a player and the season of the team in general?
I think I played okay. I think I gave everything I could. Uh, Started off great for me. Did a great job, I feel, most of the year. But I always think I can be better once the season ends. But at the end of the day, man, what I rest my hat on is one, making sure I'm there. Two, making sure I give everything I can, letting the rest fall where it may, and I did that this year. So I'm proud of being able to do that. And I know being on the court every day does also come with being blessed, and I'm thankful I didn't have any injuries that. But yeah, that's something I wanted to make sure I did was I showed up every day to be here for my team and do the best I could each and every night. And yeah, sometimes it's not good enough, and that is disappointing. But I give myself grace. I've played this game long enough to understand that you're not going to be your best every night. But for the most part, overall, I think I did a pretty good job. And as far as the team, obviously we didn't make playoffs. We didn't get to where we wanted to be. But I think guys fought. Sometimes things don't work out for you the way you want to. Period. And I know fans can be upset. People can think what they want to think about us, but nobody's in this situation in our shoes like we are. And we go out and play this game to win. Period. We have this job because we are winners. We have this job because we put a whole lot of work in to get to this point. And as a team, we did the same thing this year and to try to do a great job. And we still put ourselves in a pretty good position to even make it to playoffs. So I'm very, very proud of my teammates. Proud of all of us and how we fought through a very, very tough year with so many different situations, so many different levels of adversity. And I'm not happy about that at all. But the same person that can look at really where we are and what we went through and how we were actually so close to still getting to playoffs and maybe doing something that way. So,
Tony East.
Justin, before the season, a lot of talk from you guys, coaches, front office about making the playoffs, making some noise in the playoffs, maybe winning a series. What do you feel like needs to change for that to happen next season? You have championship experience. What do you feel like you guys can do to get to a higher level and succeed more in the postseason?
The first thing is I pray that we have a healthy team. Period. We have a full team of all the guys that are going to be on the floor a lot of the time. I think that helps us. With that said, if we have a full team, that shows how much better and how strong of a team we are because we had guys playing great this year. Guys that might not have gotten as many minutes if guys weren't hurt. So I think that our first step is being healthy and putting the team is going to be out there the most. The team is going to be out there and take most of the minutes, as well as that didn't play as much that got to show that this year, helping us and doing well as well. So I think we should start there. And then after that, hopefully things go better for us as a team to where we're in a space to where we're clicking early on, to where we don't really lose that camaraderie on the court, if that makes sense, and together. We had spurts of it this year. We just couldn't get it, all the time. And, people watch this game, see their team win and their team do well and guys on their team playing well and the team going together. But if you actually watch basketball and watch the NBA, there's few teams that have that all year. There's few teams that are able to replicate that over and over again. And so to get to that point is what we're trying to do, and trying to get to that space to where we can, be rolling and do so well in playoffs.
Scott.
Justin, one of the sizable shifts was the defensive end, and tonight was a good example. Just the challenges that we've seen all year, I think, from the defensive end. What's your assessment on the schemes and defense, and what needs to change in that area to get back to what this franchise is used to with an elite level?
Well, I mean, first of all, we didn't have Miles, which, again, when Miles played in the games, he changes a lot for us defensively and what we can do, what we can get, and what he does. I think Miles being there, and to be honest with you, not having TJ Warren as well. Believe it or not, TJ Warren was one of our best on-ball defenders last year. If you go back and watch that film. So defense always starts with what you do individually and keeping the ball in front of you. And then as well, the effort in helping and knowing, situations and how to help and where to go. Sometimes, man, again, things don't click on that end. And, for whatever reason, even like tonight, I felt like we were trying so hard and it just wasn't working out, which is a have. But at the end of the day, man, we have to continue to work. And yeah, we do have a summer we have to go into now. Whoever we have on the team next year, when we come back to the season, we have to put something together and get to a space where we're clicking that way. I mean, there wasn't much practice time this year. Like when I think about the preseason and training camp of how many drills we do defensively and, each day is doing this. It's like, yeah, we had a little bit of that, but it was not the same because of our situation and our circumstances. So hopefully things can get back to normal or as close as possible next year. And we start off being healthy and we start off with a good training camp to where we can kind of really, really start the way we want to and have a good base defensively.
Christos.
Justin, how important for you is to use that game as a lesson about the next season and use it as a motivation to get better next season?
Yeah, I mean, losing and not having things, go your way. And this is not even just for basketball, but like in life, one thing I always talk about, especially when I'm telling my story, is the only way you can grow is you're going through something. So these situations are going to, you can only do one or two things when you fail and get hit in the mouth. Either you hit back or you sit down and you just, don't do anything with it. And we're all basketball players and we're all great players to where we've got to the position because we've overcome adversity and we've overcome the situation we've got hit in the mouth. And this year was a hit in the mouth, period. And I believe that we're going to do what we can and we're going to allow that to motivate us the right way. And we have no other option. If we want to come and do our jobs next year, if we want to come and be on the court, you have to find a way to allow this to motivate you, to allow us to push you in the right direction, and it will. And I'm very, very confident in that space because I've gone through so much in my life personally, basketball or not basketball, and how to deal with adversity. And it's just a situation you go through, and how you answer is all that matters. And I believe we're going to answer the right way.
We'll do one more. Scott, go ahead.
Justin, you finally have some stability, know kind of what's next for you individually. In terms of this summer, have you even thought ahead about what you want to do or accomplish beyond probably a nice long vacation?
Basketball goes?
Say that again.
As far as basketball goes?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to.
Will you be in Indy, for example?
Yeah, for the most part. I have two kids. And stability is something that's very, very important for them. Babysitters, routine. We will be traveling a lot. Obviously, I'm from California, so I will be going there. My wife's from Louisiana. We will be going there. We will have vacations. I do camps, different places, so we will be bouncing around. But I will be based in Indiana, and I think that would be good for myself and my family to be, in a space where we, we're in the same house we've been in all year, not bouncing around, not moving, and not worried about where we might go. So that would be very, very good for us as far as my family and that life goes. And then on a personal level, yeah, I'm gonna work on my, I'm gonna try to add things to my game or get a lot smarter with how I go about doing things and become more efficient in how my body moves, how I prepare my body. Obviously, I'm not the youngest player, but still young. But I'm still trying to find ways to where I can stay young and be able to play this game for a while.